Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia Chapter 264. And so, jumping right into it, the big thing with this chapter is seeing how seeing like pretty much twice, pretty much reaction to Hawks' betrayal, and you can see a lot of what drives this Twice's frustration about this revelation is pretty much self-blame. Like Twice, with this revelation, Twice realizes that everything he's done to try, this was the tipping point for Twice, where he fully realizes that everything he's done to try and help the League up to this point has only hindered or harmed it in some way, in some way or another, and in every single time he basically couldn't do anything or very little in order to solve the problem he created. So for Twice, this is the first legitimate moment he sees an opportunity in order to correct the pretty much exact mistake he's made countless times. The exact mistake he's made countless times throughout the series, not helped by the fact, obviously, that he legitimately saw Hawks, unlike all those other times, he legitimately saw Hawks as one of his comrades. That's basically the reason as to why we've seen all those conversations, why we've seen all those moments between him and Hawks, is because they unlike those other times, he had built a pretty much genuine friendship with each other, and to see it basically just kind of just crumble down in that instance, and realize the huge mistake he's made. This in itself for Twice is. This in itself shows how much the betrayal in itself has in some ways broken Twice. This betrayal in some ways has definitely pushed Twice over the edge, possibly even, and honestly, I think really broken him on an emotional level, and even more than his identity crisis had. His identity crisis was definitely one of the more intriguing parts about his character, for sure, at the time. And this and just the fact that he had always and now, and with him having conquered it, he thought he could move on and create a better life for himself. But now it's just all come crumbling down again. And yeah, again, Twice is just one of those characters where just so much shit happens to him that I really just want to see this guy have a happy ending. Of all the villains, of all the characters, Twice is the one that deserves a happy ending. He just goes through so much every time where we think he's basically found every time where something good happens for him, that there's always that one thing that's going to go bad for him as well. And I just want to see him get a happy ending. And on Hawks' end, you can see and unfortunately, well, in this sense, he's not alone either, because on Hawks' end, you can see that his friendship with Twice wasn't just another act or a ruse. He genuinely grew to respect Twice and valued his friendship, even if he was, again, spying on the Liberation Front. But in the end, he still chose his duties and obligations. But you can see that this decision was something he was genuinely struggling to come to terms with even now, and how it's legitimately kind of breaking him up inside. Well, to pretty much betray one of the few people he grew to respect. The problem with Hawks right now is that right now he's walking the line between what he feels is right and what the government wants, and in some respects, the government he serves isn't exactly a pretty much paragon of, as we've seen, the government he serves isn't exactly a paragon of isn't exactly a paragon of peace or whatnot. So at least from what we've seen, they can't be called that. And you could just see how both these different, and just in this one confrontation alone, you can see how both of these differing ideologies are really kind of clashing. Like they pretty much both want, the same thing. They both want the same thing for the others. They pretty much they just want to live in peace, but they have just vastly different methods of going about it. And yeah. Now with that said, the final pages alluded to the possibility that Twice, I don't know if he's dead, but he's definitely probably critically injured probably. And I don't think he's dead. I'm not 100% sold on that one. But what I am sold on, and I know I've been going back and forth on this, is the very real possibility, and how it's more and more becoming that Hawks is going to die. And just based off that final page, it looks like Dobby's going to be the one. Dobby's going to be the one to actually kill Hawks. And not only is he a man on a mission, and as you can see from that final page, he's not only a man on a mission to do it, but he's also cracked, gone full psycho. Like this whole situation has just given him like pretty much full clarification to just kind of let loose completely, and kill everyone and anyone in his path. And the other thing is, if it is Dobby who ends up killing Hawks, then this sets the stage perfectly for a confrontation between Endeavor and Dobby. Or, if we've read everything we've read up to this point holds together, a very brutal firefight between father and son. Like, either its way, it's safe to say that Endeavor will be facing a ghost from his past in Dobby, and it's like, it's the confrontation between Endeavor and Dobby, one way or another, doesn't matter what their connection is. It is going to open up a lot of doors, and just confirm a lot of, we're probably gonna get a lot of history between these two, whatever that may be, whether it's father and son, whatever. But it is more than likely father and son in that case. But yeah, just the potential of what can be done with an Endeavor and Dobby confrontation is just, yeah, it's great. And again, especially added to the fact if we see Hawks like being killed by Dobby for sure. And yeah, let's talk about the beginning of this chapter with Redestro being notified of the hero's invasion. And what can I say, but that beginning bit was just hilarious. I mean, the setup in itself is just a classic delayed reaction, but what made it funny is the added effect of basically Redestro's stress quirk, like activating the moment he realized what the heroes invading, like what the heroes invading meant, and how everything was being thrown into chaos. Like in that one moment, it just took his stress levels kind of exploded there, and it was, I'd be lying if I said I didn't crack up laughing, because it really was kind of hilarious. I can't lie. But yeah, nothing really more to say there. But I will say, it is interesting in the beginning of this chapter. It is interesting to see the difference at how a lot of the younger generation, how the younger student heroes handle the situation that they're dealt with compared to the pro heroes. And although like it's one of those things where a lot of the students like seem to have different ways of handling the situation. Some are handling it a little more calmly, some kind of panic a little more, but it really shows how much honestly of a teaching experience that this basically is for the students, because it puts them at the center of what being a hero is like. Whereas before, even during the field training or internships, there was a measure of control. But here, it's completely unfiltered hero work. So one way or another, the students are going to end up learning something from this. Uh, it just depends on what the casualties are going to be like. But you can definitely tell that by the end of this, the students are going to mature for sure. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.